often communicate to influence someone. We are using this on a daily basis, trying to convince other people to play along. Meet persuasion, the art of presenting arguments to move, motivate, or change an audience. Today in the spotlight are the means of persuasion. Join me to discover how someone can modify our beliefs or behaviors, and how this superpower called persuasion is shaping the near future. You're listening to Design Tokens, a podcast for the people shaping tomorrow. People like you and everyone you know. A show with stories about little things with a significant impact. Creations of your inner designer. I'm your host, Sip Rhymes. In 1984, Dr. Robert Cialdini wrote Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. Since then, it has become a business pillar. But unfortunately, persuasion has been trivialized and heavily used in sales, marketing, and user experience design. Many people care very much about conversion, about numbers and results. And probably now you're thinking about entrepreneurs or executive level managers, and you couldn't be farther from the truth. In reality, we care about conversion as much as they do. And to have our way, we need to persuade other people to convert them into our supporters in order to get what we need or want. Here is Dr. Cialdini.
All my life I've been a sucker. I've been a patsy for the appeals of various fundraisers or salespeople who've come to my door, and I would stand in unwanted possession of tickets to the sanitation workers' ball and subscriptions to Beekeeper's Digest, and I always thought to myself, how did this happen? Because I didn't want these things on their merit. It must have been the presentation of those things that got me to say yes to them. Isn't that interesting? Let me study this. Let's see how the influence process works, not in terms of simply presenting the features, the benefits of a product or service or even an idea, but how we deliver those merits, those features that inclines people to want them.
Now let's dig deeper to discover what persuasion is about. There are 6 principles: reciprocity, commitment, social proof, authority, liking, and scarcity. If one masters all of them, then we can say she or he truly harnesses one of the greatest powers of all time. Let's have a closer look at these 6 principles. Reciprocity. Give something to receive something else in return. In other words, treat others as they've treated you. By nature, we hate to feel indebted to others and feel obliged to pay it back. Commitment. Give your word in public to go through with something. When we freely make a promise, witnesses add accountability to the statement, and the chances of completion increase exponentially. Social proof. We need to validate ourselves through others. When we look at our peers, people we believe are similar to us, we'll consciously or unconsciously going to replicate their actions. Authority. We need experts to believe and follow. Credibility of authority and expertise enables shortcuts in decision making. It's simpler to let others decide for us. Liking. We're easily persuaded by those who we like. The more we are genuinely praised by someone, the higher the chances to agree with that person. Scarcity. We value what's in short supply. We're naturally drawn to limited availability and exclusivity. Often we perceive them as favors, making us feeling a bit more special.
We are built to be receptive to this kind of connection between what's in our attention and what we see as relevant for us to find it as important and relevant for us to act in ways that are consistent with.
We might think that free will is actually free. In reality, we could call it influenced, even manipulated will. Sure, it sounds bad, but only from a certain degree. We are doing it to others and others are doing it to us. It happens immediately after we're brought into this world. Our parents did their best to convince us to do some things. After we grew up a little, we did our best to convince them to allow us to do other things. Friends, colleagues, companies, ads, subliminal messages, governments, societies, all of these have an impact over how we're perceiving reality and over our choices. Persuasion isn't always used with good intentions, and from that moment on it becomes something dark, very similar to a virus, spreading and infecting our minds, shaping a pitch-black future. Ethics are becoming a thing of the past, with less and less ambassadors to fight for it. But there is still hope. By educating ourselves and by being very aware of our surroundings, we're increasing our chances to make unaltered and genuine decisions. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this audio snippet, please share it with a friend, send your comments across, or subscribe for more. I am C. Primes from Design Tokens. Stay safe, stay happy.